The recitation of the Declaration of Conscience.
Mr. President, I would like to speak briefly and simply about a serious national condition. It is a national feeling of fear and frustration that could result in national suicide and the end of everything we Americans hold dear. It is a condition that comes from the lack of effective leadership in either the legislative branch or the executive branch of our government. That leadership is so lacking that serious and responsible proposals are being made that national advisory commissions be appointed to provide such critically needed leadership. I speak as briefly as possible because too much harm has already been done with irresponsible words of bitterness and selfish political opportunism. I speak as briefly as possible because the issue is too great to be obscured by eloquence. I speak simply and briefly in the hope that my words will be taken to heart. I speak as a Republican, I speak as a woman, I speak as a United States Senator, and I speak as an American. It is strange that we verbally attack anyone else without restraint and with full protection, and yet we hold ourselves above the same type of criticism here on the Senate floor. Surely the United States Senate is big enough to take self-criticism and self-appraisal. Surely we should be able to take the same kind of character attacks that we dish out to outsiders. I think that it is high time for the United States Senate and its members to do some soul-searching, for us to weigh our consciences on the manner in which we are performing our duty to the people of America, on the manner in which we are using or abusing our individual powers and privileges. Whether it be a criminal prosecution in court or a character prosecution in the Senate, there is little practical distinction whether the life of a person has been ruined. Those of us who shout the loudest about Americanism and making character assassinations are all too frequently those who, by our own words and acts, ignore some of the basic principles of Americanism: the right to criticize, the right to hold unpopular beliefs, the right to protest, and the right to independent thought. The exercise of these rights should not cost one single American his reputation or his right to a livelihood, nor should he be in danger of losing his reputation or livelihood merely because he happens to know someone who holds unpopular beliefs. Who of us doesn't? Otherwise, none of us would be able to call our souls our own. Otherwise, thought control would have set in. Today, our country is being physiologically divided by the confusion and the suspicions that are bred in the United States Senate to spread like cancerous tentacles of know-nothing, suspect-everything attitudes. Today, we have a Democratic administration that has developed a mania for loose spending and loose programs. History is repeating itself, and the Republican Party again has the opportunity to emerge as a champion of unity and prudence. Surely these are sufficient reasons to make it clear to the American people that it is time for a change and that Republican victory is necessary to the security of this country. Surely it is clear that this nation will continue to suffer as long as it is governed by the present ineffective Democratic administration. As members of the minority party, we do not have the primary authority to formulate the policy of our government, but we do have the responsibility of rendering constructive criticism, of clarifying issues, of allaying fears by acting as responsible citizens. I don't like the way the Senate has been made rendezvous for vilification for selfish political gain at the sacrifice of individual reputations and national unity. I am not proud of the way we smear outsiders from the floor of the Senate and hide behind the cloak of congressional immunity and still place ourselves beyond criticism of the floor of the Senate. As an American, I am shocked by the way Republicans and Democrats alike are playing directly into the communist design of confuse, divide, and conquer. As an American, I don't want a Democratic administration, whitewash, or cover-up any more than I want a Republican smear or witch hunt. As a Republican, I condemn a Republican fascist just as much as I condemn a Democratic communist. I condemn a Democratic fascist just as much as I condemn a Republican communist. They are equally dangerous to you and me and to our country. As an American, I want to see our nation recapture the strength and unity it once had when we fought the enemy instead of ourselves. It is with these thoughts that I have drafted what I call the Declaration of Conscience. I am gratified that Senator Toby, Senator Aiken, Senator Morris, Senator Ives, and Senator Thye, and Senator Hendrickson have concurred in that declaration and have authorized me to announce their concurrence. Thank you.